The British royal family is facing a calculated media manipulation campaign that goes much deeper than most people realize. And what I'm about to tell you connects directly to the broader political chaos we're seeing across Europe and America today. If you're new here, I'm Andrew Meet Rich. I used to work inside a state-run media outlet, saw how stories were twisted to fit the narrative, and I walked away. Now I'm independent, I speak freely, and I tell you what really matters. Just days ago, I told you how Meghan would be thrilled about news of her husband finally meeting His Majesty the King. This all seemed to follow her public relations team's plan perfectly. But there's something much bigger behind this meeting. Right now, they need mainstream media cooperation more than ever. And that's a problem because Harry and Meghan previously claimed they didn't need the media at all. Meghan in America bet heavily on glossy magazines like People and Us Weekly, but that strategy failed completely. People no longer rush to read glossy magazines or listen to what she has to say. Now, Meghan's team is reportedly focused on one primary strategy: division. Separation is her main tool of influence, and she believes that Prince William, not her, will face the biggest difficulties ahead. Why? Because she and Harry perceive everything as a competition. They're convinced the British monarchy needs them, wants them back, and that the public misses them desperately. But reality tells a different story. Not everyone welcomes Harry's return, though his team believes that over time, Britons will remember why they once loved him. That's their entire calculation. Articles are being planted specifically designed to create disagreements between King Charles and Prince William. For example, they write that during summer, William and Catherine were supposedly not particularly active, while the king, despite battling cancer, conducted more official events. These are complete fabrications because schedules for such visits are planned far in advance. What they don't account for is William's active work on his charitable homelessness project, conducting private visits and Zoom meetings that don't always make it into press reports because they're not official visits with photo sessions. Meanwhile, media outlets try to present this as if conflict has emerged between father and son over activity levels. But that's absolutely false. Charles certainly wants to be fair to both sons, but right now he's focused on the transitional stage for the monarchy while William prepares for his future role. You can see how William is distancing himself from old media, creating his own style with emphasis on social media, YouTube, and modern platforms. And here comes Meghan's team again, trying to show that Harry has become active, cheerful, appearing at events, smiling, joking, exactly what they believe the public was missing. Against the backdrop of William's supposedly insufficient activity, Harry appears much brighter, they claim. But the real story remains behind the scenes. There's no actual conflict between Charles and William. All of this represents attempts to manipulate public perception, reportedly originating from Montecito. Hit that like button if you see how this royal manipulation connects to the broader media warfare we're witnessing globally, because this strategy is being deployed across multiple fronts. Now let's connect this to what's exploding across Europe, because the same manipulation tactics are at work on a massive scale. In the United States, we're seeing the rise of an entire subculture of what they're calling freeloaders, people who organize through social media to infiltrate middle-class hotels and score free breakfasts. The New York Post has exposed this organized movement where groups coordinate to walk into hotel breakfast areas, claim random room numbers, and eat for free while staff can't tell them apart from real guests. This isn't just random opportunism, this is organized economic desperation masquerading as clever hacking. Hotels are now forced to redesign their entire breakfast policies because checking every guest creates complaints and bad reviews. What does this tell us about where America is heading? When people organize online communities dedicated to scamming basic necessities like food, we're looking at deeper economic anxiety that nobody wants to admit. This connects directly to what's exploding across Europe right now. In Germany, a devastating new study from their Institute of Research has just revealed that in no area of policy do more than 21% of German citizens believe their country is on the right path. Let that sink in. Less than 1 in 4 Germans have faith in their government's direction. The conclusion is crystal clear. German citizens fundamentally do not believe in their government's course. Trust is at rock-bottom levels, and today, over 13.5 million people are voting in massive local elections across North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany's largest federal state. For the new Black-Red coalition of Friedrich Merz and Lars Klingbeil, this becomes their first serious popularity test. Local officials and mayors are already warning that if right-wing parties massively enter city councils, governing cities will become nearly impossible. In industrial regions like Gelsenkirchen and Duisburg, the Alternative for Germany party could establish itself concretely and permanently. We're watching the political landscape reshape in real time. German experts are now openly debating whether their country faces an American-style scenario of campus chaos and political polarization. And here's what they admitted, and this is stunning. German students are even more fanatical than American students because their enemy is completely imaginary. They actually acknowledged that America still has more free speech than Germany, including in universities. The polarization level in Germany is at minimum no lower than in the United States. It's gotten so bad that Jewish students cannot move freely through university campuses. In German universities today, it's practically impossible to express certain viewpoints. If someone tries, they get disrupted. Events have to be cancelled. Yet Germans believe this peak of madness will somehow pass and resolve itself. Meanwhile, the German police union reports that officers face verbal and physical attacks daily. Every single day, police officers have to endure negativity and aggression from the public. A new poll shows that 62% of German citizens fear Russia might attack a NATO member country, like Poland or Lithuania. Don't forget to subscribe because these interconnected crises are accelerating, and you need to understand how they'll impact everything. Former Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has taken a new position as President of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Her mandate lasts 1 year, and she's stepping into an organization experiencing its most difficult times ever. Budget cuts, falling authority, and acute international crises that seem unsolvable. According to the Pharmacists Association, Germany is once again poorly prepared for the coming winter. More than 500 medications are considered difficult to access, especially antibiotics for young people. The reason? Manufacturing outside of Europe. Germany used to be the world's pharmacy. Now the world's pharmacy is in China or India. And when production problems arise at those factories, it immediately affects supplies to Europe and Germany specifically. Now let's turn to France, where the political landscape is absolutely fascinating. The three most popular politicians today are Marine Le Pen, her protégé Jordan Bardella, and her niece Marion Maréchal, who now top the list of France's most popular politicians. Former French Prime Ministers Édouard Philippe and Gabriel Attal, who are part of President Emmanuel Macron's coalition, took 4th and 5th places. France's new Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu decided to abandon his predecessor François Bayrou's idea of cancelling 2 national holidays, May 8th and Easter Monday, to reduce the budget deficit. French citizens were particularly outraged by this proposal to work more and celebrate less. France's political crisis has already brought borrowing costs close to Italy's level, and Italy has the second largest debt in the Eurozone after Greece. Paris City Hall announced that apartments in central Paris will soon become uninhabitable due to global warming. Uniform zinc roofs heat up to 70 degrees Celsius, making it impossible for residents underneath to breathe properly. During massive protests in London, Elon Musk unexpectedly appeared via video link and called for dissolving the British Parliament and holding early elections as soon as possible. Musk declared, "We don't have another 4 years until the next elections, that's too long. Parliament needs to be dissolved." So the United States, through one of its most influential figures, is concretely supporting right-wing movements across Europe. What we're witnessing isn't just political turbulence, it's a coordinated manipulation campaign stretching from Montecito to Buckingham Palace to the streets of London, Berlin, and Paris. The same tactics Meghan's team uses to create artificial divisions between Charles and William are being deployed on a massive scale across Western democracies. When citizens lose faith in their institutions, when basic economic security becomes so precarious that people organize to steal breakfast, when university campuses become battlegrounds for imaginary enemies, we're looking at societies approaching critical breaking points. The royal manipulation story isn't just celebrity gossip, it's a perfect case study in how modern information warfare works. Create division, plant stories, manipulate public perception, and watch established institutions tear themselves apart from within. From Germany's plummeting trust levels to France's financial instability, from Britain's massive street protests to America's organized hotel breakfast scamming, these aren't isolated problems, but symptoms of a broader Western crisis. Keep watching, keep questioning, and keep supporting independent voices like this channel that connect the dots mainstream media won't. Hit that subscribe button and consider becoming a channel sponsor, because understanding these manipulation tactics isn't just academic, it's essential for seeing through the lies and navigating what's coming next.